Hey guys, first of all, sorry this chapter's out a bit late, but I had a friend stay over last night, so they literally just left now. So I read the chapter last night, but I couldn't make a video, so now I'm making the video, and let's get on with Tokyo Ghoul read chapter 78. Okay, so by the looks of it, we're not getting Kaneki again, we're having Mitsuki and Torso. Mitsuki's just lying with a tear in her eye by the looks of it. Her face looks better now, so you haven't like hit her or anything in a while, saying stop lying. Torso's is pretty much like over it. I didn't realize how skinny Torso was. He's like extremely skinny. Then he looks at her with, I don't know, he's a really creep, but his eye in this one makes him look really sad. He looks like depressed or something. Saying, you're crying. Were you having a scary dream? No, I'm okay. Oh, you are hungry? I'll fix you something. So he's actually feeding her then, because she kind of can't feed herself because she has no arms or legs a minute, because he keeps on chopping them off. In this one it does look like she has a bit of an arm, so I don't know what's going on. Maybe he hasn't chopped her off in a while, or maybe he's actually just not chopping off her full arm anymore. But at least he's actually feeding her by the looks of it. See, some people say that the trauma Mitsuki and Kaneki shared are completely different, and how Mitsuki is going to worse because she's getting all her limbs chopped off. If you think about it though, all your nerve ends are in your hands and your fingers, so if he keeps on constantly chopping his fingers and toes off, that's going to eventually do more damage than just chopping your limbs off, which is really weird. But we never saw Kaneki either getting fed, so they might have literally just starved him. At least Torso is feeding Mitsuki a bit, but let's move on to the next page. Okay, so by the looks of it, yeah, he doesn't actually chop her full limbs off anymore. He keeps it like halfway down the thigh, he chops it off, and like halfway down her arms, by the looks of it, he chops it off. But he says, dear, do you think about the past? She's like, the past? Sometimes I can't remember things. And Mitsuki's pretty much thinking to herself, just keep him talking, at least that way he won't hit me. He's like, I remember what happened before and what happened afterwards, but it's like the middle just rotted away. This is starting to make me feel bad for him now, because kind of like Jason started torturing people because it happened to him. Maybe Torso's torturing people now because something like that's happened to him, or his background or something like that. I got a feeling they're going to try to make Torso more sympathetic, like we found out when Jason got tortured, that's why he did it. Okay, so the bottom half of the page looks over again in Torso's flashback. It says, look here, Torso, don't you dare approach any humans. I was raised by my father. You're an idiot, you complete dunce. If the doves find you, you'll probably die. If that ever happens, just do me a favor and die alone, well, by yourself. My mother said that one day my father just couldn't find food. He had no choice but to eat her. Oh, so he had to live with his father, pretty much abusing him, telling him he was worthless. You know, he's a complete dunce by the looks of it. You're an idiot. I just want you to pretty much die alone. And then he had to deal with his father eating his mother. So his father was pretty much a cannibal ghoul as well. So I'm betting at some point as well he had to like take a few chunks out of Torso because he couldn't find food. This is going to sound completely weird, but what if Torso is doing this just because he's lonely? He like chops off people's legs and arms so they can't get away because he's afraid of being alone and like pretty much dying alone like his father said. This is making him a lot more sympathetic, but he's still kind of a weirdo. I feel a little bit bad for him though. Okay, get a bit more of Torso's past. It pretty much says, I did as I was told. The mountain where our tent was pitched. Also, he's like living in a tent pretty much. He didn't go down to the city. I had more time on my hands than I know what to do with. He pretty much says he would read like loads and loads, like landfuls of books. Mitsuki says to him, you could read. He's like, actually no. I just would stare at the pictures, but something happened soon enough that helped me learn. So he's kind of like, he's always been like alone. I'm guessing his father wasn't there after his mother died, because he's always out doing whatever and hunting for food. He was literally just stuck in a tent his entire childhood. It was a person that ate his mother, and all he could do is just stare at pictures. That's kind of like his own little private torture, I'm guessing. Okay, so at the bottom of the page he says, there was one time where father left and didn't come back for over a month. Probably more. No ghouls, full body ghouls can last a month without food, or they can eat a body and that'll satisfy him for a month. So he was stuck in a tent, pretty much starving for over a month. His stomach's growling, nothing to do. So he says he pretty much eventually broke his father's rule and went to the town. Which, if his father done this more than a few times, like left for months on end, with like just bringing back scraps and like that for him, it's I kind of see why he's like this now. and this is showing that he has abandonment issues. Like, he thinks all his friends, everything like that, is going to run away from him, and eventually going to leave him. Hence why he cuts off their limbs now. Okay, so he's gone into the town now. He's pretty much said that he was scared. It was pretty small, but he's still a bit scared, so he just sat and looked for a while. And the last panel of that page is pretty much person that looks like Mutsuki saying what you're doing to him. I'm guessing that's Mutsuki. Okay, sorry, I misread it. He was scared to walk on the grass, by the looks of it, or the road. And he's talking to this girl, and he says, is this okay? Is this stuff okay to walk on? She's like, yeah, don't be silly, come over here. She's like, pretty much pulls him, he's like, it's not cold. So I'm guessing he thought it was going to be cold, or he couldn't walk on it for some reason. Which shows you that he has literally had no contact with the outside world since he was born. He was just stuck in that tent. Okay, so he's pretty much saying his father come back now. On the next page, his father's come back a few days after that, and he has spent more and more time with that girl, and it's changed his world. So this is probably the first friend he's ever had. He feels happy now. He's a little kid, you know. He's never talked to any humans. He's never been outside that tent, pretty much, or anywhere near any social area. And now he's actually talking to someone. He's like, yeah, it's changed my life. He's actually happy now. But yeah, I also just want to say a quick thing before we go to the next page. He actually resembles Kaneki if you think about it. They was raised with abusive parents. Only one of them, because we still don't know what happened to Kaneki's father. So they was pretty much living with people that were just abusing them. They both felt alone, and they both eventually got a friend that they meant the world to. It was obviously this girl for him, and Hide for Kaneki. But let's have a look at the next page. Okay, so this is where we get a bit more in depth with his emotions. He's pretty much talking to this girl now, and he says to her, "Do you ever feel like you just want to go far away?" So I'm guessing he just wants to like break free of like his family, because you know his dad's abusive stuff like that. He just wants to get away. But I'm guessing, considering you know he's too scared now to even step on grass a few pages ago, I guess, and he really wants to do that, but he's like scared. He's trying to look for like approval in a way that it's normal to feel like this. It's actually kind of sad if you think about it. Oh, so his father just found out he went down to the village, and if any of you saw the Joker out of Batman, he's got like the scars going up his cheek. That's pretty much what his father's doing to him now. He's putting his thumb in his mouth and just ripping his pretty much cheek right open. And yep, that's the end of that page. You see blood squirting everywhere, and he's pretty much screaming at this point. Okay, even after that, his dad's pretty much just like abused him some more. So, you know, said he's like pretty much worthless. As long as he can get some food, he wouldn't have to deal with him anymore. And his father just left, and you see Torso getting up, running, and saying, "Daddy, don't go." So it's kind of like, yeah, this is where he's scared to be alone. This is why I think he has abandonment issues and stuff like that. Okay, so this is where he's acknowledging that he's a child. He's still a child, even though his father's a piece of trash. He still clings to him, and he pretty much sees this girl now. In the pouring rain, he's like taking shelter in a shed, and this girl comes out, and I'm guessing they're about to talk. I hope nothing happens to her, but she kind of looks like Mutsuki, so I'm guessing something happens, and this is why he's going after Mutsuki now, because she just looks like this girl. Oh, this is so sweet. It's like for them two talking, and they're both saying they don't like their lives, they want to go away, and they're like, yeah, let's walk, but if we walk we'll get tired. So Torso's like, I'll get a car, I'll learn to drive. So it's pretty much them two planning to get out from like under the appearance thing. So I don't know, hopefully we'll get a bit of background on this girl and what her family life is like and why she wants to leave. But they're pretty much just both saying now they want to go, and even though he's still a kid and clings to his father, he still wants to like break free. And with this person, he feels like, you know, he could trust this person enough, and he wants to be with this person enough to actually leave his father's side and go now on his own with her. Okay, so we have Torso now pretty much going to the tent on that page. He turns around, he's like, he pretty much saw this girl stripped naked, being dismembered by his father. So the one person he felt like, you know, he wouldn't be alone with anymore, that actually brought him happiness, his father dismembered her in front of him. And oh my god, his father's face, I hope he has killed his father at this point, because his father looks absolutely us just finally we see some humanity in Torso. He's like, the next thing I know, my father was dead. It didn't really affect me either way, and all that was left of that girl pretty much clean was a torso. Hence why he pretty much dismembers everyone now, because I got a feeling that he's just trying to recreate what happened to her. Hopefully, you know, by doing that he keeps on thinking or something, like how he remembers her, or he'll remind her him of her, or something like that, some weird stuff like that. But I kind of feel bad for him. Okay, so we pretty much see Torso now crying, saying all he wanted was to take her to the ocean. Mitsuki then is pretty saying, I can't believe I'm sympathising with the guy who cut off my arms and legs. I must be crazy, but now I talk to him. Now that I've talked to him, what's she gonna say? So Torso is pretty much like topless, skinny, just leaning over her, and she says, I might be able to understand, which I kind of get, because his background was tragic, and they kind of have the both things of, they both got abused by their parents, even, it's like them two and Kaneki first got abused by their parents, they felt lonely, felt worthless. Kaneki turned out how he was, he first denied his past, and now look at him. Torso pretty much like embraced what happened, tried to recreate that over and over, and look what happened to him. And Mitsuki just pretty much completely went off on one, saying she doesn't want to be a female anymore, she wants to be identified as a male. And it's kind of just like, I think the only three people in this entire series that'll understand, or two people that understand Torso, is Mitsuki and now Kaneki, but I think if Kaneki ever finds out about this, he'll just completely own him. Anyway guys, I hope you liked this, hope you had a good day. Sorry the length of it, and it was up a bit late, but that can be helped. Hope you all have a good day, and see you next week for the next chapter. Also, I'll be doing a bonus video this week, just because I'm going away next week, but there should still be videos up. Well, there will still be videos up. Anyway guys, goodbye.